What's going on, everyone? Okay, failure and success, they're both predictable. I'll say it again. Failure and success are both predictable. You can predict if you're going to be successful, and you can predict if you're going to fail. You might not think it's true, but it is. If you put in the work, if you grind, if you study, if you learn, if you talk to people, if you go out there and you put the feet to the ground and you start moving forward and you start heading to the direction of what you know you're supposed to be doing, of what your purpose is, and you start grinding on it, you will be successful. You will be. But you have to put the work in. You have to become disciplined. It's something that goes hand in hand and hand together. First, you figure out what the purpose is. Then you figure out how am I going to get there? And then you figure out who should I talk to? And then you figure out what's the next steps. And then you start putting those steps into play. And then you start learning more. And then you start gaining more knowledge. And then you start trying things out. And then you start testing it. And you just move. It's just step by step by step. It's predictable. And you will be successful. And then on the opposite end, failure is success. Failure is predictable. You might not know what you're supposed to do, so you don't try anything. Well, you're going to fail. You might think you're supposed to do everything. Well, you're not. So you try everything in all these different realms and you fail. I've done that before, where I wanted to do this and I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that, and this sound cool and this sound awesome. And so I bounced from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing, trying to do it all. I wasn't successful in any of it because I filled it with so many different things, because I truly didn't know what to do. I truly didn't know what was. And so I thought, well, I can do this, 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 and this. No. Start planning it out. Start writing down what you want to do. Start by sitting down and saying, what is it that I'm supposed to do with my life? What is my purpose? And one of the ways that you can find out what your purpose is, one of the best ways to do it, is to sit down and say, what is something that infuriates me about the world? What infuriates me about society? What infuriates me about what I see? And it seems like no one's paying attention to it. It seems like no one cares about it. It seems like no one's even trying to help it. It infuriates you. It makes your blood boil. Like why is no one doing this? Because that's your purpose. Because that's what you're supposed to be doing. And your purpose is meant for you. Your purpose isn't meant for someone else. Yes, their purpose might have similarities and you might intertwine together in different routes and different things, but their purpose is not your purpose. And in return, your purpose is not their purpose. It's okay. But you have a specific purpose. And what infuriates you about life is a great sign of what your purpose is. But I don't think most people really sit down and take the time to think about what bothers them. What do they hate? Hate's a strong word. Okay. If they could do anything, if they had all the money in the world, all the power in the world, all the influence, what would they change? What would they attack? What would they do with all that? Because we like to come up with excuses. Well, I don't have the following, and I don't have the money, and I don't have the looks, and I can't speak right, and I'm whatever. I'm white, black, I'm a Mexican, I'm a girl, I'm a boy, I'm whatever. We come up with excuses of why we can't do something. But if you sit down and say, okay, what is it that infuriates me? All right, homelessness, maybe that's yours. You hate that no one pays attention to it, that you see people on the street every day begging for money, and you're like, why is no one doing anything about this? Okay, well, that's a good sign. Maybe that's yours. Maybe that your purpose right there is homelessness. And then you sit down and say, okay, how can I start working on this? What can I start doing? Well, maybe you could start getting out there and start talking to homeless people. Start talking with them and just asking questions. How did they get this way, right? Or what led them to become homeless? What decisions did they make? Was there some factors that, kind of led them in this direction is there's some things, and start putting information together. Get it from multiple sources. Talk to multiple people and start putting them together and start seeing the similarities. Okay, job, family, drug addiction, mental health, whatever. You start seeing and then start putting those together and seeing what's like the common thread. And then say, okay, here's the common thread. All right, mental health. This is the common thread to this problem, or the people that you talk to. And then you start saying, okay, well, how can I affect mental health? What can I do? Should I go to school and get my PhD in psychology or whatever and start giving out counseling? Or should I open a nonprofit that starts to bring counselors in to speak to people? Or am I a great influencer so I can get on TikTok, Facebook, whatever, and I can raise money and I can start raising money to pay people to come out and hold seminars for homeless people or go out there and reach them or whatever? You start to see what's the common things, and then you start to figure out, well, what's my gifts in that? Am I a good speaker? Can I go hold a conference for them? Am I great at writing so I can do some grants, or I can write about it in the paper, or I can write a blog or a Substack about it, Or do I love speaking on camera? I can start doing videos and start doing documentaries and so whatever. It's not hard, but you just have to sit down and start putting things together and start seeing, where can you fit in this thing? Where can you help? What's the best way that you can be to be beneficial to this cause? And I know this can be tough. It can. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. Sometimes it truly can, because we have life on top of it. Yes, life doesn't just stop and wait for you to figure this out. Life keeps going. We have a war going on. Maybe you have kids, you got a job, you got bills, whatever, you're sick. I don't know. Life does not just stop and say, oh, you're finding your purpose. Let me just chill out. Let me give you a week to figure this out. No, it keeps going. I understand. So it can be tough. It can be overwhelming. And sometimes you just don't have the energy to do it. That's perfectly fine. It is. It's perfectly fine. And that's why I'm going to offer my services to help you figure it out. I know my purpose is to help you figure out your purpose, to help you see it clearly, to give you options, to give you ideas of what you can start doing on a daily basis to work towards fulfilling your purpose. Let me take the time out to say, okay, homelessness, let's start figuring out. And let me figure out, let me ask you questions. Let me see what strings and thread I can put together. This is ways that you can help. Maybe, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about that? And let me start doing that. Because that's where I am going to be able to fill my purpose, is by helping you get to your purpose. That's what I enjoy. And I'm not trying to charge you anything. So there's no excuses. There's no, oh, well, he's going to do it free at the beginning, but then once he starts to get me on there, it's going to be $29.99 a month as a subscription, or it's trying to do a master class, or he wants me to buy this book, or no, I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that. My payment is to see you walking in your purpose. I know that if I'm fulfilling my purpose, stuff is going to come. I will get opportunities and I will be able to survive and pay bills and thrive. I'm not worried about that. I'm not. I'm worried about you finding your purpose and walking in it and being fulfilled and changing the world the way you're supposed to. Because I know it can feel hopeless when you don't know what your purpose is. I've been there, I've gone through it, and it sucks. And I don't want another person to ever have to go through that again. So please message me, DM me, call me, email me, bird pigeon, whatever, bird call, I don't care, whatever, smoke signal, whatever. And I will do everything I can to help you discover your purpose. And what do you have to lose? Nothing, but you have everything to gain. Love y'all.